Greetings, my audience, my fellow audience, and my newcomers. My name's Jake Allen Gray. I'm listening to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my content. I'm reviewing the sequel to Batman Begins called The Dark Knight. I give it a 9 out of 10. As that good of a popcorn movie, even though it's more of a mixed bag of a DC movie for me, as a DC fan of Batman. It's a great popcorn movie, though, even though it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But great on spectacle and big explosion. Was action that looked real. It was, and I hear some of the action was real shot, and so that's cool. There's some stunt action, a lot of stunt action here and there, so and it looks spectacle, big, epic scope, and expensive. I give this a 9 out of 10. I'm reviewing the whole trilogy of the Nolan trilogy with The Dark Knight in this video. Starting with the favorite, everyone's favorite one, and is 2008's The Dark Knight. I give it 9 out of 10. That's the one with the Joker played by Heath Ledger this time. He's fun in the movie, and even though he's not have the most screen time out of the cast, he feels very edited out of the movie. I would have loved to see if there was a director's cut that came out with more Heath Ledger scenes with him in his character. The movie feels very poorly edited when Joker is supposed to be the main threat of the movie and the plot of the Dark Knight movie. I think the Dark Knight's my favorite one in the trilogy. Also mine too. Because it's the least convoluted and the most close we got to getting a free act flow naturally less. It's still what I'm trying to say is let me rephrase my words. I'm trying to say hang on, gathering my thoughts. Okay, what I'm trying to say is The Dark Knight's the best one because I think it's the least crowded out of every other one in the trilogy, when they always feel like it's too crowded and it was too many characters shoved in the movie and too many plot threads going around trying to tie into each other while telling a coherent narrative. I feel like Dark Knight movie is the best because it's the one that tries the least to tell it tells the least amount of amounts of characters, therefore gives it a more natural flow to the pace of a movie, and it was better for it, I felt like the Achilles heel when they turned Harvey Dent into Two-Face, because then we had more characters than necessary, and we had a different story on now than necessary. Now telling the story of Two-Face, and why couldn't just keep him as Harvey Dent and kill him off? That's what I would have done. As a Batman fan, of the DC fan of Batman, because he's my favorite DC hero, I would have done that instead with this realistic world on Two-Face. I just wouldn't have done it. I would just have him killed off. Because, you know, once you introduce that this Two-Face design, it kind of looks silly in this gritty real world building that's constantly remind you this is supposed to be the real world. And when you see that design, it's not grotesque, even though it is. It's just kind of silly because it makes you ask questions. How is that possible? The answer is it's not possible to survive that much, to lose that much skin and survive. To lose that much muscle mass and skin and survive and walk away and standing and talking. So, that's my answer. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done Two-Face in this movie at all. Or in the Nolan trilogy at all. Scarecrow you can get away with. Two-Face, no. No, it didn't work. They should have edited that out of the movie. And just have Harley flatline while burning and staying lost and just have him die. Or killed Harley off. Don't make Two-Face is what they should have done in this movie. But that's what it is. Yeah, so it is what it is. That's why I give the 2000, what was the year it came out? 2008. The Dark Knight movie, a 8 out of 10. I mean, a 9 out of 10. Even though it's the, when I said 8 out of 10, I thought I said 9 out of 10. I thought I was going to say 9 out of 10. Because that's what I plan on saying in my head. But then I got a drink of Powerade and then I forgot, okay? Because it kind of overworked my brain talking about this movie. The Dark Knight first installment. Sequel to the Nolan trilogy. 2008, the Dark Knight movie gets a 9 out of 10. Is what I meant to say. I think I'm going to say my favorite Nolan movie is definitely The Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises number 2, and Batman Begins is number 3. In those order, they're my favorite popcorn movies in those order. They're one of my favorite popcorn movies in that order of the Nolan trilogy. But as Batman movies, they're kind of a mixed bag. All 3 of them are a bit of a letdown more than, you know how, like, how they could have ended it with Batman Forever and just let the franchise rest and age a bit and then reboot it with the Nolan trilogy or some other guy. It could have been anybody if it wasn't Nolan. And the kind of what's the word? Lost interested on his interest with the 4th installment, Batman and Robin. The one Clooney starred in. You know, I like that movie, but I'll admit I lost interest in for the fourth one. Because to me, it just feels like desperation to just try and milk the cow. Not because he brought the character back because he had a good story to tell, but just because they wanted to make money off the character. And yeah, that's what it feels like to me. With my relationship with the Nolan trilogy in a nutshell. It's similar to how I feel about Nolan trilogy, and similar to how I feel about Batman and Robin movie, 1997 flick, compared to the Nolan trilogy. My feelings are neutral. The same on Batman and Robin and the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. As in, I like these movies and all, but, you know, I kind of lost, I kind of feel like, I like these movies as popcorn movies, but as DC fans and as a Batman fan, becoming my favorite DC character, I can't help but feel like this is, what's the word, uninspiring take route for the character. Reimagining for the Dark Knight Batman guy. So, that's just what I feel about the Nolan trilogy. Kind of similar to what I feel about Batman and Robin, the 1997 flick. It's a bit of a letdown. It's not bad. It's just a bit of a letdown as a Batman fan and as a DC fan, but it's not a bad popcorn movie. It's still a great popcorn movie, though. Lots of fun, lots of loud action, and lots of good performances from the cast, what they're given in scenes they're given with interactions with the cast, and lots of action as well shot, and you know, that's why I really can expect the best out of the best popcorn movie. But for a Batman movie, I expect a little bit more than just a popcorn movie, okay? Like, I would have liked something that was more in line with the Burton movies, or that one good Schumacher movie, Batman Forever. But it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not trying to. It's just that, like, the Nolan trilogy is just one of those things, trilogy. It's a fun run, a fun popcorn run. I give all three of them a 9 out of 10. The Nolan trilogy of the Dark Knight trilogy. Shit. I forgot I was recording still. Sorry about that, guys. I should have stopped the video by now. So I give the Nolan trilogy, all three installments, a 9 out of 10. So, that's my review on Dark Knight Trilogy by Christopher Nolan. I think, this is enough said. Bye, subscribe, like this video, please. Support my channel. Please, bye. See you in another video. Looking for the off button. Goodbye.